Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. Yes, we're back today here with some iRacing for the proper start of 2024. We've jumped in with the GT3 Fixed Series from Spa Francorchamps, and I thought we're going to take on this new season in the Audi R8 Evo. Yeah, looking forward to this. Round 1 takes us to the beautiful Spa Francorchamps. So hopefully we can have some good, clean racing here. Lineup P2 on the grid. Turns out the guy on pole has got exactly the same livery as myself. There we go. He's gone out of the final corner, has he? Yes, he has. Don't know why he felt like he kind of hesitated, but we are green flag racing then here at Spa. And I am looking forward, to this one as he's going to brake very, very early down at turn 1. Gonna have to try and avoid a couple of cars as well on the exit, but yeah, it kind of felt like he decided he was going to sit defensive there, and then at the last moment saw me dart back to the racing line, so thought he would come across. But yeah, it took a couple of tenths from me in qualifying, but feel like we definitely have got some good race pace here to hopefully try and match him, as yeah, fairly clean and tidy at the front. A couple of small scary moments there at the start of the race, but nothing all too alarming. Yeah, like we said, obviously 20-minute races in the Fixed Series, so hopefully is going to be good fun. However, a lot of this season, actually I think for me, is going to have to be dedicated to GTP cars, trying to prepare myself for the Daytona 24 at the end of January. Yes, to confirm for all of my Twitch viewers that it's going to be my first 24-hour live stream of the new year, or hopefully it's going to be 24 hours, depending on how we get on. But yeah, already though, trying to apply some pressure to Shane early on, and well, I said that at the perfect time there. Big moment for the other Audi, and we will therefore take the lead of the race there. Literally said, I was going to try and put him under some pressure immediately, just carried a bit too much speed as he made his way into Puon. But yeah, of course, this is going to be my first proper race in the Audi as well. Of course, you know, made that video at the end of last week going around Mugello in the car. But yeah, this is kind of, like I said, my first proper racing run in it. And I'm quite pleasantly surprised, like I said in that video, how much better this R8 drives over the old one. The old one felt very, very oversteery. Felt like there was nothing at all over the rear end. This one, you actually get the sense that the rear wing is doing what the rear wing should be doing there. Is still struggling, actually, to spot my braking point through the final chicane. As all the Ferrari, clearly a lot more confident on the way in. Got a little bit nervous there that I was going to be tipped into a spin. As Alejandro then, yeah, really applying some pressure back down in towards turn 1. Yeah, I think now it's going to be interesting to see how we get on as we make our way up the Kemmel Straight. But of course, you know, expecting this car to be a little bit OP throughout this first season of 2024. You know, it's always what iRacing do. The Ferrari was OP last season, so I'm expecting it to be a similar story with this car this campaign. As are we going to see Alejandro get the run? My relative is not working very well. Apparently, he was tied with me, so we made our way out of Eau Rouge, but yeah, didn't quite have enough by the end of the Kemmel Straight then. So we're going to be trying to soak up this pressure like a sponge early on in this race. Only going to be, what, 8-9 laps around Spa Francorchamps? See, you always forget in a GT3 car, this is a very, very long lap. Should be aiming for times in the 18s if we get it hooked up. I think I did an 18.8 in qualifying, but like I said, there were a couple of small mistakes on that run as well. But yeah, really obviously hoping, obviously as we make our way into the new year, obviously with no new F1 game, you know, the hype for that has obviously died down by now. You know, it allows you to spend a lot more time focusing on more of my sim racing work once again. So, you know, your iRacings, your Gran Turismos. I desperately want to try low fuel motorsport as well over on Assetto Corsa. And obviously, yeah, I need to be diving in to Assetto Corsa Competizione as well there. But obviously, we've had the full calendar reveal for the 2024 special events as well. I'm looking, as always, to be getting involved in as many of those as I can. We got Raw before the 24 early on in the new year. And we've obviously got the Daytona 24 the weekend after that. And I think we've got 1 week off before it's Bathurst for the 12 hours as well. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff obviously right at the start of the year. I'll be aiming to go live both on this YouTube channel and over on my Twitch for all of those events, which should be good fun. And then of course, you know, we've got the Daytona 500 and obviously lots of very, very fun stuff as well as we make our way in through the new year. But yeah, it looks like 3 of us then have broken away at the front. Barely a 1/10 of a second between all 3 of us on that last lap. But Michael looking racy there in position 3. Maybe if those two can battle each other, we could have a little bit of an opportunity to try and just break the toe just a little bit. Still, I'm assuming the the slipstream, everything like that. I haven't seen anything in the patch notes to make me believe it's been changed at all. But of course, yeah, it might end up being in Alejandro's best interest to allow Michael by, if of course he feels that he's going to be able to apply more pressure to me as well there. But yeah, still got a little bit of understeer from this car, especially, as you would expect when the weight comes off the front end. There's a big slide there. Let's come off the pedals just to kind of gather the car back up. But yeah, definitely feel that up through the Les Combes chicane and down through, is it Virage? I think I think it is. So yeah, got to be really careful, but that kind of suits my driving style, I always feel, as well. So I do definitely think that this Audi is potentially going to be a lot more fun to drive for myself as well. I've always said I like a really heavy front end in a race car. So I'm hoping, obviously, that this thing is going to suit me there. But of course, yeah. Daytona 24, I'm looking to run the GTP car. I think obviously it's either going to be GTP or GT3. I'm looking at potentially running in the Acura, but the Raw before the 24, I haven't quite decided yet. I'll likely end up in the Mercedes GT4 car. We'll wait and see fully about what we end up choosing for that. As this time around, looks like we just pulled out a little bit of time over Alejandro, but again, like I said, really not confident on the brakes through here. Seem to be braking very early and then not carrying the speed through the bus stop there. That time around, we got much better at getting the power down on the exits. That should see us a tiny improvement. I'm matching race pace. Crew chief, I am the race pace at the moment. There's 2 behind me, last laps, so identical lap times as well then. So that's quite impressive as well. But yeah, this is shaping up to be quite a good little 3-way scrap at the front of the field. Shame, obviously, that Michael from the pole made that mistake lap 1. Otherwise, it could have been a very interesting 4-way scrap and a big battle of strategy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to, obviously, to 2024. Got obviously, as always, want to try and compete in a lot of stuff. How much I will be able to do in the end, obviously, is going to be a very different question. But yeah, could we start out the new year with a good result here at Spa? I certainly hope so. I must also add as well, it is so joyous to finally race a V10 car on iRacing that doesn't handle just like it wants to kill you all the time. The Lambo obviously drove a lot more like the old R8, so I'd be intrigued to see whether that's been altered to match this car's handling characteristics a lot more. There's all the Ferrari this time around. It's got a big old run on me. So we make our way up the Kemmel Straight. Is he going to be able to try and have a look to the inside? Certainly going to go for it. He's going to try and squeeze me. Yeah, not really too interested in trying to defend that. Try and see if we can keep him off the line slightly. Maybe get a run back down the hill, which we will do. It's not really planning on trying to get a move back instantly, but if one opens up, I'm always going to try and take it there. And we got quite lucky reading that one. Managed to get back underneath him, so he wanted to show the nose there. That was a bit scary. Very confident on the brakes as Alejandro. That Ferrari, he seems to really be able to drag it nicely into a corner. And of course, that's just not really my style to extract pace out of a car. I like to kind of get all the braking done, and especially in something like this, then rotate the front through and make sure that I can then just carry the throttle right the way on the exit of a turn. But, you know, it is what it is at the moment. Gotta just keep it out of trouble, keep it clean, keep it tidy, and maybe, again, just see we can back these two into a bit of a scrap between them, as that is not the line through there. Slight blend on the exit, and again, that might allow Alejandro just to get a little bit closer to make our way up the back straight there. Already, obviously, over halfway through this race. Just under 9 minutes left on the clock, so 4 more laps will be taking effect. So yeah, I'm trying to brake a little bit later, just because obviously I'm a little bit conscious of Alejandro being so confident. I mean, obviously, he might be able to get a run on me. We might just... No, it's 8 minutes 40 left on... Sorry, 8 minutes 20, isn't it, left? So whatever happens here, we certainly won't stretch to an extra lap in this race, unless I start suddenly setting 2-minute flat lap times around here. But yeah, that lap was really slow there by all three of us at the front. We're still going quicker than Philippe in P4. So we're doing alright still at this stage of the day. The pace is quite good to kickstart the new season. Are we going to see Alejandro again get a bit of a run? Tempted to try and defend this one a little bit more this time. We'll sit a bit more in the middle of the road. And that Ferrari, yeah, won't quite get there. So we'll just inch back over by the time we get into the braking zone there. Just cover and make the track as wide as possible for myself. You know, I'm not interested in throwing away time when I don't need to, but especially through this part of the lap, track position, so important. You just really, you know, the car behind does struggle just to match you through some of it, and I think this car perhaps a little bit stronger than the Ferrari as we make our way down through Pouhon. Either that or I seem to just reliably gain a little bit of time. That's not the line through there, though. I certainly won't be gaining any time that time round. I mean, depending on everyone's run through Stabilo, this might, again, allow Alejandro just to carry some speed up in towards the final couple of corners. Then through the Fanish chicane we go. Really having to be careful there. So again, you can just see I'm going to put the car half a car's width defensive as we make our way through the corner there. Just don't allow Alejandro to get alongside. Make him just have to back out of it ever so slightly. But of course, you know, doing that too much, he might start to get a little bit more aggressive with it. Might really start trying to push the envelope if he cannot find a way through. So are we going to see that Ferrari get any closer? He seems to really like to open up and then get a nice straight line run through this final chicane. He also still seems to really like getting under my gearbox there, but a big wobble on the exit of the corner. That might now leave him vulnerable to Michael as we make our way back in towards turn 1. Audi seems very measured. No, he doesn't. Oh, I said that, and he suddenly has a look. Oh, they've taken each other out. I mean, it was a very aggressive move by Michael there, but I don't know if they just kind of met in the middle or whether they connected as he tried to push Alejandro out. But well, we got one more lap after this one, I believe. 2 more laps after this one, haven't I believe? Got 1.1 seconds now over Alejandro, and this is potentially falling into place. However, of course, I never want to speak too soon. About to start then the final lap here from Spa. Still trying to see if I could chase that fastest lap, but I'm not convinced it's going to happen.
That was a 218.8.
And of course, the far more important thing is that we get to this race finish with the dub here. It'd be a really good way to start the new campaign, especially if we can keep it on the 0x as well. There, a lot of good battling with Alejandro throughout this race. So yeah, a bit of a shame. Michael, he looked to be really measured in that P3. He was just biding his time and then clearly thought he saw an opening. And it has not worked out for him there, getting sent to the Shadow Realm. We'll take a look at that on our incident report. But yeah, can we just try and get a nice run through here? No, not with that line we won't. Yeah, we will, I think, abandon our attempts at fastest lap as well there. But yeah, really one of those races. Spa can be quite a difficult track to try and control from the lead. I often actually quite like being in P2 here, piling on the pressure to the race leader, of course, using that slipstream, that draft up the Kemmel Straight to potentially make some gains as well there and just kind of force the driver in the lead to make a bit of a mistake in these cars. But, you know, we had to take a little bit of a different role today, and I feel like we've done all right in the end there. A couple of really quick laps at the end, I think, just meant Alejandro not has given up necessarily, but has accepted that the win probably isn't on the cards. Maybe he picked up a little bit of damage as well, you know, even if it's just a small bit of aero that has cost him there. No, I'm going to pick up a 1x on the final lap, damn it. Was always going to happen. Always going to happen right at the end there. But up in towards the final couple of corners then of this race. 1 incident point. Hopefully I don't think I can moan too much about, all things considered. And, you know, first race in the Audi. First win in the Audi. Always a nice way to start the new season as well. In a new car, nonetheless. Through the bus stop scheme we'll go one final time, and that is going to be P1 here in the first race of 2024. Yeah, let's go take a look at our incidents and obviously our final results. I also wish it had been for a million, crew chief. Well, let's take a look then at some of our incidents from this race. Very, very odd place for the Porsche to go off down the exit of P1 there, but cold tyres do mysterious things to a GT3 race car. And unfortunately, yeah, I think that is some big old damage. Got a battle of the Ferraris up in towards the final couple of turns. He's a little bit off the line there. Don't know if that's just some netcode or what's going on in that one. Easy to get rear-ended. No, it would appear that that one was some netcodes. Porsche now and an Audi side by side. Oh, Audi, he's been optimistic there. He hasn't got the car rotated. I'd be feeling a little bit upset if I was in that Porsche there, as well, he's going to try and get going. But apparently, game deciding we have to watch that. Another Audi using the same livery as myself. They're side by side through P1. A little bit of rubbing his racing. That one wasn't all too bad. Is the other Ferrari going to get involved, though? Looks like he might lose 2 spots in one go. So yeah, that Ferrari, a brave move around the outside of P1. Ooh, and almost an incident there as well on the exit. And then he's going to get clouted by the BMW from behind. Yeah, BMWs do what BMWs want on iRacing. Next up, though, Ferrari. A little bit further up. I think this guy's just got horrendous netcode, which is not making it any easier for any of us on the eye. I don't know why iRacing still puts these in the incident report. Seems very, very odd. Oh, don't want to do that, sir. Just nick the wall down the inside of turn 1 as someone heading back out the pit lane there. In a bit of trouble. We're still getting a lot of this Ferrari. Audi completely missed his braking point there. We'll try and get back on the road. Luckily, won't rejoin into anyone. But a bit of exploration there down at the final corner. And another Audi, 1 lap later, opting to do the same thing as well. Clearly struggling to hit their braking points. This is the one I wanted to see then. So, Michael, yeah. I'll be honest, I feel Alejandro could have done more in that situation. But, yeah, Michael's come in very hot. He's almost taken me out in the process. Yeah, I really don't know on that one. Let me know down in the comments below. That seems 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Not a fan of that rejoin either, as he almost takes out another Ferrari. Audi again. This guy cannot find the braking point here. Don't know why he's struggling so much with that one. Is this guy again going to hit the wall? Yes, he is. Oh, that's a big one. Must have just dropped it over the inside curb there, and that's another Porsche. Seems like all the Porsches today having the really, really big hits here. Ferrari side by side. He's just going to get a little bit out of shape there. Gonna do some lawn mowing there. Is the other one going to get down the inside on the exit the corner? Yes, he is. So a lot of people picking up the Ferrari there. Now it's not OP. They are struggling Taking a look then at our final race results, 0.09 SR, so we can be pretty happy with that one. We're up over the 3, and I'm A licensed at the moment, so that really doesn't worry me all too much. Then 93 iRating though, that is the big one that I'm very, very happy with there. We led every single lap of the GP, so yeah, we can be quite happy with that there. Still Michael was the one that took the fastest lap, however, shame there, 1 lap down in the end, so yeah, really disappointing result for him after some spectacular qualifying pace. Shout outs as well, Junior, Pablo and Eduardo, all for making it through that race without a single incident point. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very, very soon with more iRacing content.